Hello friends, in this video we are going to look at AWT graphics, and first thing we are taking into account is fonts. So here in this video tutorial we will see how to set a font to our frame window. Also we will see how we can use the graphics to draw a string using the font that is set to the graphics attached to the frame window. So the video uses the already created frame window. The frame window was created in the first video of this playlist 04 Java AWT on this channel. So first let us look at the font. So font is a graphic, a font is an object which can be attached to graphics. So we already know about the font. There are different font style, and we can use those font style to render the text in different style. So when we talk about font, we need to know three important fonts characteristics. So that is font name, next comes font type, then third one is font size. Right, so there are three important properties. So when we talk about font type, so in Java AWT they are considered as there are three important stuff. One is plain font. So Windows user knows this as a regular. Then there is a bold font, and after that there is an italic as well. So there are three type of font that we can render in Java AWT using graphics object. Then font size, you can specify different font size, and this will actually be a number. So when the number goes big, the font, the text that you render in using the graphics will appear bigger. Alright, so now we are talking about graphics, right? So graphics is an object which is used to perform drawings. So you can perform drawing. It can be, when we talk about drawing, it can be anything. So like you can draw a line, you can draw a box, triangle. So you can simply say you can draw shapes or lines, or even if you type a text, that's also considered as a drawing. So you can put some text, so the text also rendered using the graphic object. So all these are graphics. So the containers, like say for example a window, a frame window, I can say Java frame, then we can say panel, and applet is outdated. So all this supports a method called paint. So this paint method actually receives a graphics object. let's say G. So using this graphic object inside, you can place your code and you can use a G dot all drawing functions. So can perform all the drawing functions. So this is the one we are going to use to set a font. Then we are going to perform some text output. So what we will do here, we will use a frame window. So the frame window will be attached to a graphics. So that's the first thing we have to know. Frame window is attached with the graphics. Then we have to override a method called paint. So the paint method, as already told here, the paint method receives a graphics object, and we can use that graphic object to perform drawing inside this frame window, entire window. If you see, I'm marking everything. So this includes your frame window title area also. And if you look at the coordinate, the coordinate will go like this. So this will be your X, and origin will be in the top. So from here, that's the X, and this will be the Y. X coordinate and Y coordinate values. So the origin will be at the top, 0, 0. So we can use this to perform the drawing. Now let's go back to our paint method. So here what we are going to do, we will use two method from the graphics. So in the graphics object, we will use the set font method. So the set font method will take a font object, and we will set that font using the set font. After this, we will perform drawString. So the drawString actually takes a string object. So that's the string we want to draw. Then it takes X and Y coordinate. Suppose, let us say my string is ABC. Then here, if you see, we already set a font, and we are saying that we want to print ABC. So since we are going to use the paint method of this frame window, then ultimately the string ABC will be drawn here somewhere. So somewhere means, so which location, where. So that is specified by this X and Y coordinate values. So for example, let us say if I specify 0, 0, then if the font size is so small, if this font size is so small, then the string will appear here, but that will be hidden by the frame. So we can pick some location, like in X, some X50 and Y50. Let's say it will be here. Then let's say the X50 and Y50, it will be here at this location. Then if you perform a drawString, then the string ABC will be drawn here. So it depends on the font size. So if font size is so big, then ABC will be drawn as a big font. So it will be drawn big. Alright, now let us go to the demo, and we will set a font to our graphics object attached to the frame window. Then we will perform the drawing. Here we will input a string, and that string will be drawn in the graphics attached to the frame window. That means in the frame window client area or in the display area, we will draw the string. All right. So here is our basic frame window. Let me run it once. So in this surface window, we are going to draw our string. So first what we need to do, this is the frame window, and we have to override the paint method. What we have to do, we have to override the paint method. So here if you see, this is the outline view and the frame window is displayed here. So I'm just clicking this outline view. Let me maximize it. This is the outline view. So to maximize it, you have to double click, and if you double click once again, it will go back to the original state. So let me click this frame window. So the frame window is showing here. Then I am right clicking. Then I'm choosing a source. Then I'm picking override or implement methods. So this is our frame class, and so we want to override paint, right? I don't remember where is this paint. It will be somewhere in the tree. Most probably it will be here in the top level window. Let's go to window. So then we will go to container. Paint component is there, but paint is not there. So I hope I missed it. So paint is here. So paint is there in the graphic. Paint is there in the window object. So I want to override this paint method. So that's why I placed a tick mark, and you can see the method name is paint and the parameter it will receive is graphics. So that's the object we are going to use to set the font and other stuff. So if you see, this is our paint skeleton generated by the Eclipse. So since I am overriding it here, Eclipse is making call to its base class paint method. So I don't want to call that paint method. So whatever we draw, we will take full control, and there is no base method call here. So whatever we draw here, that will get drawn into the frame window. So first what we are going to do, here we are defining font name, and if you see, first we defined Verdana, then Comic Shan MS, then Freestyle Script. So there are three font here we defined in the paint method. So font is from Java.AWT, so I'm importing it. So font type, I am using it here as font.plain. There are other types also. You can see font dot you can see that there are other type also. You can see font dot bold, and here you can see italic. Then there is something called plain. So this is regular actually. So we call font dot regular, right? Let me open up in notepad, and if you see format font, here regular, bold, oblique is called italic. So regular here in Java it is called plain. Alright, so if I open it again, so this is the font type, then font size is here. So the same property here we are using, font size. Then this is the font name. So here we declared a 3 string variable to denote 3 different font name. After that, you see here we are constructing 3 font. First we are creating a font with the font name 1, that means Verdana font, that's what we are creating. Then a font type, so we are creating it as a regular font type. Here in Java it is called plain. Then font size is 34. Then second also same, font type is plain and font size is 34. Then font name is Comic Sans MS. So that's what we are creating as a second font. For third font we are using a freestyle script font. Then this time we are using a font type as italic. Here I am directly using the constant. Previously we declared it as int type, then we are using it. Then font size, it's quite bigger than the previous two. The previous two font sizes are 34. Here we are using 54. So if you look at the constructor, we are using the third version of the constructor, and here in the third version we are using the name, then style, then we are using the size. So here we use a type. The variable name here is a style actually. So anyhow, this is our own name given to the variable. So it's actually the style, font style, whether it is regular or italic or bold. Alright, so we created the font. Now we will attach that to the graphic object. Next, if you see here we are making use of graphics. So either we can change everything as G, or we can change the parameter as graphics. That will be easy. So we'll change this as a graphics. It's just parameter name, that's all. So here what we are doing, we are setting the font. First we are setting Verdana font. Font name is Verdana, type is plain font, and size is 34. Then we are making a call to drawString on the graphics object. So first we are providing a string, which string we want to draw. Then we specify the location 100, 100. So let's assume that this is our frame window. This text editor is our frame window. Then 100, 100 in the sense. So this is the title, let us assume. In Y, so the first parameter is X. So in X it is 100. Then in Y it is 100. So this location. Then we are drawing the sample text. So the text will appear. When it is appearing, it will, we already set the font, so the text will appear in Verdana font with the specified type and size. So likewise we are drawing other 3 text. Let's see this. So I will maximize, resize it. So here you can see that we have drawn 3 text, and you can see there are 3 different font. First one is Verdana font, and the second one is a Comic Sans uh, Comic Sans MS, and the third one is a freestyle script. So in the demo you saw how we drawn sample text. So in the sample text actually we drawn a 3 text string with the same x value and changing the y, because all text appeared here. Text 1, then sample text in next line, then sample text in next line. So if you look at the x location is same in all the cases, but y is changing, right? So that's how we drawn those string. And you saw how we used the graphics. Then you also saw how we overrode the paint method, and the paint method was overridden from window class in the inheritance chain. That's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye. If you like the video, please subscribe it. Thanks again. Bye.